Hey all, Hibber here. So as you might remember, this is Atago weekend, and as I said in my earlier video, I've actually had quite a bit of success with this ship here lately, and for that reason I've been playing it more. It used to be quite a, underwhelming ship in legendary battles, but like I said also in my earlier video, it's probably just me getting used to the legendary battleships now and being a little bit less aggressive, I guess. Of course, that makes the ship a tiny bit less fun as well, but on the other hand, well, I guess you have to. Anyway, so we have another battle here in Atago, and it's, crawling with legendaries as usual, and you also have carriers, and it's just it's a pretty welcoming Atago environment, really. So first we're gonna obviously concentrate on the cap that we spawn at as usual, and heading into the cap in an Atago is usually a bad idea. You have to, like I'm doing here, support the destroyer. You can't really help him out in the cap, just like Edinburgh can do, because Atago, requires a lot of room to maneuver, and that's just not present in the cap, at least not in this cap here, because I need to be able to now outturn incoming AP salvos like that one there. And if you do that in the cap, you're going to run into an island, you're going to get stuck, and then you're going to get citadeled out of your mind. And you have to be a little bit patient in this ship here, but also don't kite off into the distance. Like there's a nice golden middle road here, where you can still support the destroyers when they don't get spotted, like this guy seems to be spotted, and then of course take out whoever tries to threaten your destroyer. I mean, that's the job. Capping is a bonus that you can do in other agile cruisers, and like I said, yeah, probably not the best idea in Atago. It's not very well equipped to do it. So Atago, in my opinion, is an open water cruiser. Not to be confused with a kiting cruiser, because that's Mogami and Suzuya. Atago is an aggressive cruiser, because it has forward-facing torpedo tubes that obviously you are supposed to use, and you can't do that when you are kiting away. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it, really. It's a very different playstyle from Mogami and Suzuya, where, I mean, let's be honest here, you've spent most of your time angled away, actually just like I am now, except you're going the other way, and then firing your rear facing torpedoes, and that's about it. I mean, Atago is just way more fun to play, definitely. I mean, the ship's available for GXP, anyone can pick it up. Of course, you need 750,000 green XP or global XP or whatever you want to call it to pick it up. But if you do have that and you don't have this ship, I highly recommend you get it. It's very, very entertaining, and like I said, it seems to have found its way again, even here with lots of legendary battles and incoming 18-inch shells and stuff like that. It's back in my good book, really. Just miss out on that Friesland there, but that's good. Anyway, the cap is secured. Destroyers did a very good job here. Not an awful job, definitely not. They actually really did well, and I did my best to support. And then now we're going to push in. So start putting some pressure on his mines here to make him turn around, and then we'll see if we can't push all the way through. See, we are almost 5 minutes into the battle here, and it's only one ship gone on each side. It means that this is going to be a tight, close battle, because all players are good. There seems to be no real potatoes in this battle here, at least not yet. And when you have battles like this, where 5 minutes have gone, and I mean, neither team has made a decisive or has a decisive advantage, it's going to be one of those very interesting battles, actually, very lasting a long time, and very full of tactical decisions. And obviously I need to get rid of this mines here. He's the only ship back left on this flank here, and we need to get rid of him so we can start focusing on the rest of the map. And obviously I'm not counting on my destroyers to take him on, I mean, I'm gonna have to do it. And that's fair enough, because they did a lot of work already. So they should start focusing on the B cap while I do my best to get these mines out of the way. So my team is chipping in here, and I'm still almost at full health while he is down to a third. And all I have to do is just dodge his torpedoes here. So all I'm waiting for is him to fire, and he's very premature there. That was very, very early, so it's not even a problem dodging them. And obviously right now I have won this engagement here, because there's only one way this will go. And I will say, you know, an Atago bearing down at you at 40 knots, it's pretty intimidating, and that's why many players, like, they misfire their torpedoes, or they prematurely fire like this guy here. And I mean, that's what you're counting on in Atago when you make a move like that. And anyway, mines is gone from this flank here, so we're going to move in towards B now. And as you can see, we're still pretty much neck on neck with ships. Yes, the Reds have more battleships, but we have more destroyers. So obviously that's an advantage. And I don't know why so many players play battleship. I think the best battles are the ones where there's 3 of each at each spawns. So, you know, 3 battleships, 3 cruisers, and 3 destroyers. And if you have a carrier, then you lose 1 destroyer. That would be my suggestion. The more battleships there are in a battle, the more boring it gets for everyone involved. And yeah, I don't know why Wargaming doesn't lock the battles to, well, I would prefer 3 of each type, but I can, you know, accept 4, which is obviously going to be battleships, because everyone picks battleships. And maybe they're afraid of the battleship players has to spend like a longer time in the queue, but I mean, honestly, so what? Who cares? Like, if you're going to play a very popular ship, well, then you're just going to have to wait longer. I mean, that's the rule, and I see no problem with that. Instead of having everybody suffer in boring battles because every little Brian out there wants to play a battleship. Too bad. Start playing something else, honestly. So like I said in the beginning, this is going to be a tight, very close battle, and I love those battles where you have good players on every team and everyone knows what they're doing, and no one, you know, pulls off weird, crazy stunts to the detriment of their team. No, this is how the game is supposed to be, and battles like these are rare. They're very, very rare, and it's just too bad, really, because the game is so entertaining when you get these battles here with good players, but it doesn't happen very often. So obviously the B cap is going to be key to victory here, and I'm just trying to get out of reach of this Montana here, because you can see on my Ingenious he's only got eyes for me, and he already hit me pretty hard. So I'm just waiting for the new salvo here, and then hoping I can do my best to dodge the legendary incoming salvo there, which we did, and that's it. That was waste. If he's taken me out there, he might have won the battle, but he didn't, so that's good. And like I said, B is going to be key. Like, we're already contesting it. Everyone knows that the B cap is the key to victory here, and whoever holds on to it the longest is going to win this battle, except if, of course, one team turns out to win on ships remaining, and again the Montana tries to kill me. That's like CC salvos there, I call them, when it's like there's an obvious attempt to focus the CC camo. But anyway, doesn't matter. I mean, I can dodge his salvos, or most of them anyway, and other people can't, so to me it doesn't really matter, and it gives me a lot of attracted damage, so that's just XP right down in my book, so I have no problem with that. And I'm slowly moving in on the B cap, like I said, because the guys over at A have finished on over there, and the DD is in trouble. So I'm gonna hop around this corner, not hump around the corner. But unfortunately, I'm just a few seconds too late to take the heat of the DD there. That's really unfortunate. And right here is pretty much the time where I can tell, okay, we cannot win this one on points, although we are ahead, because none of us can really contest this cap here. That Baltimore is going to be a real problem. So this is going to have to be a battle that we win on, you know, destroying the whole enemy team, which is going to be hard because it's 3 versus 3 and my team is not in the best position. I was betting everything on being able to defend that destroyer there, and that meant that I am a little bit exposed out here, and I'm, you know, not in a position to start attacking the B cap, although I want to. So I'm gonna have to see what the Reds are up to, and then kind of play it by ear here. And as you can see, they are catching up to us on points because they have 2 caps, and it's just a matter of time before they're ahead of us. And we're gonna have to, well, sink them all. I can also say I think these guys, these 2 red guys here sitting in the A cap, they were spending too long in the A cap. Had they come out 1 or 2 minutes earlier, they might have been able to push us back very, very quickly and won the game that way. But they sat in there too long, and that's like a very common mistake. Like you need to time your pushes like very, very well, accurately, basically, and they were, in my opinion, just a little bit too late. And of course we are reaping the benefits from that, because this Baltimore here, he's gonna make a mistake now, and you can see me switching to AP. This is a rare thing in Atago, like I also said in my earlier video, because if you miss with AP in Atago, which is like you have to have them flat broadside, like this Baltimore here, and that's also why I'm double checking everything before I fire. And I should probably have waited till I had, you know, all my guns on him, but I was pretty sure I was going to Citadel him out of the game there, but I didn't. And the Flandre just dies there, which is perfect. So we just have a cruiser and a battleship left, and that means it's do or die now. There's only 3 minutes left, and we have to get both these ships here. So that means I have to spot. I mean, the carrier is, I don't know what he's doing. He's sitting over there on the flank, and he doesn't even have a plane at the middle of the map. So I'm asking him, can you like spot this Baltimore here, so I can set up an ambush, because he doesn't know which way I'm going to come around this island here, and that's my only, you know, ace in this battle here. Because Atago, you want to avoid 1 versus 1 other cruisers, because almost all cruisers can out DPM you, unless you can get into a torp run, which is obviously what I'm planning here. I might be able to take him out with a nice salvo first, but I don't have AP loaded, which is a problem, but I'm not going to switch because it takes too long. It simply takes too long. And with AP, this guy would have been gone, but with HE, I have to wait for another reload cycle, and then he will obviously be gone because he's got like 1% left. And he should really turn out here. I don't know why he keeps going, but it's good for me. And gone. But we still have the legendary Montana there. There's not a lot of health left in him, but like you saw before, that guy has like an eye out for me. So I need to be a little bit careful about how I approach him. And as you saw, he knows how to aim as well. So I'm a little bit low on health. I could maybe take 1 salvo from him, but he could also be lucky and get a few citadels, and then I'm out. So I decided to pull the good old Atago trick here, where you fire your torpedoes and then you use your broadside as an enticing target to hopefully make the battleships forget about the fact that you have torpedoes. So first we get the torpedoes off while we are still unspotted, and then we turn into a position so it looks like we haven't got our torpedoes off, and then we fire. And then we just have to avoid the 1 salvo that he may get off, and there it comes. And this is where the 1.8 second rudder comes in and just fit in there perfectly. Quite a bit of damage there that could have gone better, but the deck saved me from citadels for sure. So just have to put all my faith in the torpedoes hitting here. I have to get out of his range. I have to go dark here because I cannot take another salvo and then we're going to lose. So I have to just hope that a torpedo gets him, and that's going to be the victory here. I don't have the cap because there's no way I can make it in time. And as it so happens, I am lucky enough. Ding. And that is the end of the battle here. So that was again another Atago battle here, of which I'm starting to play more these days. It's not a bad ship. It's back to where it belonged like 2 years ago, and I for one is quite happy about that. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and I'll see you out there.